Howdy everyone, this is Mopbot, this is the Dime Society, and welcome back to episode number 64. We are at one stack of episodes. That's pretty cool. That's actually really awesome. I don't even know how long we've been playing on here. Probably, I want to say, a year and maybe almost half a year. So a stack of episodes in that time comes out to maybe one a week. So that's fairly decent. But anyway, I do want to first off thank y'all for all the love in the last episode, and also that I'm probably still sounding just a little bit sick. Hopefully that clears up by the end of this one though. However, going back to the last episode, pretty positive feedback and really awesome to see all of that. So anyway, we worked over here in the new Gryffindor Tower. We walk in here, we got the commons room with our nether portal, all looking pretty neato. We come on upstairs, and then we have the bedrooms or the bunks, whatever you want to call them. A couple of beds in here, and then we got this in the middle. Wasn't too sure about that, if it appeared to be a chess table, which is what it's supposed to be or not. And it turns out that you all think it does. So hopefully, hopefully it does actually look like that. And we are going to keep it like that, at least for now, unless maybe something better comes along. But this back wall is currently empty. That's going to be changed in this episode. We're going to have a whole bunch of chests going across here, and that's going to be all the storage for the nether wart farm that goes above. We've got the ladder right here and plenty of open space, so we're going to have soul sand at each one of these polished blocks. So that's 6 layers of farm that we're going to have, and that's all going to filter down into right here. So this entire tower is going to be used, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the first bit of it. We'll probably hop over into a testing world to look at the redstone now, because that's going to be kind of congested and an absolute nightmare to try to show on camera if I'm trying to bounce around in the back of where the walls are and all that. It's just going to be a mess, so that'll probably be an easier way to go about it. Well, you might actually be able to see what's going on pretty well here in the actual world, as opposed to having to go over to a test world. So we first come up the ladder here, and just pretty simple how I kind of blocked this off. Just added a line of andesite, surrounded it by some dark oak, and then we got a stair here with some running water. So when we start to get really tall and we get all the way up to the top, we can just quick hop down instead of having to use the ladder, and then it pushes you right up onto the stair so you can come right back down. Pretty simple there. But then anyway, we just got a little bit of a doorway, kind of hard to get into actually, just with some red glass, trying to fit in with the theme here. And then we've got all the soul sand right here. And let's actually come up here so you can see what's happening. So this button is only temporary. This will go away once I get all the other layers in. But for now, if we hit that, let's see. Am I going to be able to hit that? Probably not. So let's come here and do that. Hopefully I don't get shifted through the floor. I think that was changed in a previous update. That doesn't happen anymore. But if you're able to see, apparently there's an arrow caught in here. Don't know where that came from. Probably that guy up there. So once we get up there, we're going to have to make sure we light that up. I'll probably leave it open to the ceiling just so you can see what's going on up there, because it looks pretty cool. I tossed an ender pearl up there earlier and then fell right back down here and died, which is unfortunate. But anyway, you hit that button and it just shifts the floor back and forth. So then all the nether warts are going to get broken up. There are, on this layer where the andesite is, a whole bunch of hoppers. Those all filter down over here. And yeah, that's going to take a whole lot of iron and a whole lot of wood. I had to go out and collect some wood from the dark oak forest back there. We're gonna have to get plenty more though, but that's gonna come right down here, filter into all the chests right here. Just don't have those in yet. But anyway, let's take a look at what's actually happening with the redstone. So when you first hit that button, this redstone line here is gonna go into that monostable circuit. We're gonna get a single pulse with a 1 tick going through here. So underneath each one of these blocks with the redstone dust on top of them is a piston. So it first pushes this line of soul sand over so that it's 1 block underneath this wall here, and then we got 4 ticks on this repeater. So 3 ticks after that happens, we're then going to get a pulse from the pistons that are underneath here. And let's actually, yeah, you can see the pistons right there. So those all are good, those all fire, and then everything gets reset so that it can just be replanted. And we've got plenty going along the back. I've got a couple of hoppers already set up for the next layer. That's just going to go all the way up. And actually, if you look at this, this is a little bit reminiscent of the last season. We have the same wall design kind of, where we got that zigzag pattern with the red and the brown clay. I really like it, and I think it totally fits here. It's not the same design by any means. However, it does actually fit in pretty well. And then we got a couple of the Gryffindor banners, so we'll do that on each layer. A couple bits of glowstone. I know it's not the prettiest thing, but it totally works for keeping this lit up. I didn't think the mobs could spawn on soul sand, but apparently they can, which is unfortunate. But, you know, at least it helps keep the place pretty light. Lit up. And then we got, of course, the windows exposed all on the sides, so we got plenty of light during the day, which is, of course, pretty neato. Did chuck a torch there just to keep that corner lit, and we will be framing that and sticking an anvil in there. I just don't have any leather at the moment, so we're gonna have to go find some more cows out in the wild for that. So I've got several more layers to build up now. I'm probably going to get all those in, and then we'll see what we can do for the storage down below, because this is going to be really expensive when it comes to wood. The iron's not a problem. We have the Iron Titan. We can go off to spawn and buy plenty of iron. That's no issue at all. It's just collecting up all the wood, which is going to take quite a while. So anyway, I'm going to get to it, and we'll see where we're at when I come back. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on in here. You can see right away out the front here, I added a banner. Not sure if it looks out of place or what. You've got the red and the yellow surrounded by a whole bunch of grays, so maybe it doesn't fit entirely. Maybe I should do something else up there in that gray area here, but we're going to be walking. Let's go up to the second layer, because right away you'll notice the difference. Boom, we got all the chests in. I think I also added that torch just as kind of like a candle. We were missing a little bit of light because I had to move those torches that were back here since we've now got the hoppers in the way. So I think it kind of fits, and it's going to have to because I don't know where else we'd really put light. I guess unless maybe we put some back there, or like in like the back row of the chest, maybe that would be kind of hidden. Not entirely sure, but anyway, we've got them all here. It fills bottom left first, top right last, and you can see I already do have some nether warts in there, but that was just some stuff that I had from before. I went through and we did the rest of the farms. Looking up pretty cool here, I think. Still got the water drop in there. I accidentally broke that a couple of times trying to stick the anvils in by the torch there. But let's go all the way up to the top. They all look the same, and yay, they are fully grown. Oh, this is going to be a good harvest. Look it up, too. I got glass on the top, so you can still see the rest of the roof. Looking pretty cool. Oops. I got to fill that back up. I need 2 pieces of andesite and a piece of brown clay there. But anyway, I also got rid of all the buttons. It's now torches going all the way up. Wasn't really that hard to do. Let's get out of here. Let's plop right back down to the bottom. Man, that looks cool. Oh, that's kind of psychedelic with all the red there. Let's come on in here. There is 1 block of nether wart missing for our button. Probably could have worked it in downstairs, but it would have just gotten really messy. And for symmetry reasons, because this is on a 2 wide plane, didn't really want to mess around with that. So anyway, let's just go ahead and hit that button. Probably going to pick up a little bit. Yeah, let's just toss that right back in. You can still probably hear all of those going off. All of these hoppers down here must be full. That's probably why all that stuff is still sat on top there. Let's pop up to the next layer. Go ahead and look at all this. Yeah, that can happen occasionally. That's not an issue because we're going to come back through and replant, and we'll catch it at that time. Looks like all those, though, are pretty good. Same dealio there. And, oh, we got a couple extras here. Let's just toss those right back in. And coming on up to the top, another one there. Oh, we even got one over there. Okay. I didn't realize that was something that could happen, but I guess it's not that big of a deal, you know, because like I said, we'll be coming up here to plant anyway. Probably could have had one more ladder, by the way, but anyway, let's hop on down to the bottom, and we'll see all the chests start to fill up here. You saw how much was in there before. Now it's going to just constantly keep pouring in, and we'll see how much total we get before we replant. I'm kind of curious to see actually how much this is. That stuff is still not filled. I should probably make sure... Oh, that's an issue. We forgot a couple of hoppers. Okay, that's why that wasn't working. Need to go get those in there. Whoopsie. So anyway, I'm going to get that. Oh, man, we lost our soul sand too. Well, that should pop right back down to the bottom, right? That should be in all of the chests down here. So I've got a couple of things to fix. Apparently, I'm just going to wait for the rest of that to come in. So let's see how much we actually do get. I'm really curious, as I said, to see how much harvest this will actually give us. So I'm really not sure what happened to that extra soul sand. Went through, dug it all up to see what happened to it. Took all the soul sand out, and it was gone. Nowhere to be found. It's not in any of those hoppers. It's not in any of these. I'm really confused as to where that went because all the others turned up in this chest. It was so weird. But anyway, yeah, there is our harvest. So I think we were like right here somewhere before, and then we came down to here. So that's maybe 6 stacks or something like that. Not quite sure how much it takes. Well, actually, it's 49 per times 6, which would be 294, and then we have 1 for the button. So 293 it's going to take, so that's like at least 4 stacks. So I'll just grab 5 stacks, and that should replenish the entire thing. So, yeah, not sure what happened to that soul sand, although it might turn up eventually. Also realized what happened. My error was not that I had the wrong amount of hoppers or that I even just forgot a line. I just had them offset by 1. I had some hoppers actually. They're still here. They're underneath these blocks here. Not even going to bother digging in there to remove them. Probably just going to make a whole mess of the areas. So I'm just going to leave it there. Oh, that's right. That's the button block. And not even worry about it. It's just 7 hoppers. Really no big deal. So now I do have one little thing to add to the area. Kind of, at least. Adding to the area that we worked on in last episode, which is the floors right beneath the nether wart farm. Right now, this doesn't look too pretty. I was just trying to get all the redstone in and set up. But if we go ahead here, we come into the main hall, which is where we're generally going to be because this is where the storage room is. If we pop with an ender pearl to the back, completely hidden, we drop down. Here's the redstone and a couple of people underground. We go on through here, and here is a button. We press that, that pulls back, and we can walk right through into the Gryffindor Tower. We're in another portal, and then our beds are, so pretty convenient. Probably the things that we'll be using the most, and now we have easy access between them. We've also got a button here, which totally blends in, too. Look at that, it's on the cobble. You can hardly even see it. We press that, and we can walk right through, and then check it under over. So like I said, it's ugly right now. There's no actual tunnel. There's a bunch of exposed redstone, and it was kind of because at first I was just going to leave it, and you know, it's in the back. Maybe it's not too necessary to really have it all cleaned up. However, if we make this block gravel and then this block just the regular andesite that it is right now, we can have a double piston extender from the floor, and then that will allow us to actually just kind of like walk through there, and then we can clean up all the redstone elsewhere. If we pop back, lagging, here we go. Let's pop back down to the ground here. You'll see, oh man, we really are lagging here. These, I believe, are the blocks. Right, is it these two? No, it's these two. So we'll just leave the rest of them gone so that these two can collapse down. There's not enough room right now to do any like piston work or anything, so we'll have to put it under the ground. Hopefully that won't be interfered though by what's over here, because this is the power for all the redstone lamps. We already had to change a little bit of it just to get that redstone line there, but we'll probably be able to figure something out. So pretty convenient. Just gonna work on cleaning it up now and getting all the technicalities worked out. So now the area is all cleaned up. And it's also quite windy outside, so I apologize if you can hear that. I'm going to do my best to remove that during editing, but hopefully it all goes pretty well here. You can see now we have two pieces of gravel right on top of each other. Maybe not the best looking thing, kind of breaks up the whole randomness thing that we've got going on around here. However, it made wiring up the redstone so much easier. We move the button up here, we go ahead and press that. The floor is going to drop down, we can walk right on through, and you can see now these tunnel here is completely enclosed, which is pretty cool. So this light has to be here. This is for the back of the storage area. That's a light that just kind of keeps it all illuminated. This is then just for decoration, just trying to keep some symmetry going on here. You know, you got 2 blocks and then 1, and then over here you've got the same thing. You've got the 2 blocks and then you've got the 1, and then with the spruce wood on top, which again has to be there because it is the back side of the storage unit. So this button right here, kind of hard to see actually, then powers both of these. The one on the outside, I believe, also powers both of them. But if we hit that, then this is just going to retract and we can walk right on into here. And then we move the button over here to keep that out of the way, and it does the same thing. So that also powers both of them. If you kind of see it right there, it did actually pull them. So let's just pop right on through here again, so we don't have to use any more ender pearls, take any more damage. We do have to walk through pretty quickly, though, which I don't think is an issue because, you know, secret entrance, it's not going to be the easiest thing to use in the world, you know. But if we pop right on through here, this also doubles as a really good AFK room. This is where I've been staying AFK, and it is extremely helpful because we will no longer get demolished by anything that's just walking around in the night. Let's pop back through here. Yeah, I really like that. That's really helpful. And then if we go up there, you know, we got our bed and everything really easily accessible. Been using the Nether warts farm as well. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Go and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one.